Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh everyone. I am Najwa Dania Zaid from BA 242 3D. I would like to present you on the video titled Comparison between Islamic finance and conventional finance. And not to forget, this video is prepared for Madam Nadia Farlina Muhammad Adnan and for everyone who will watching. We go to introduction. Islamic finance or Islamic banking is an ethical banking system and its practices are based on Islamic Sharia law. Interest is completely prohibited in Islamic banking. It is asset-based financing in which trade of elements prohibited by Islam are not allowed. For example, you cannot take a loan for a wine shop. On the other hand, conventional finance or conventional banking is an unethical banking system based on man-made laws, and it is profit-oriented and its purpose is to make money through interest. There are 4 sections to be discussed in this video. The first one is value proposition, second structure, the third operational mechanism, and the last one is instruments offered. As for value proposition refers to the value a company promises to deliver to customers should they choose to buy their product. A value proposition is part of a company's overall marketing strategy. The value proposition provides a declaration of intent or a statement that introduces a company's brand to consumers by telling them what the company stands for, how it operates, and why it deserves their business. Value proposition of Islamic finance is firmly rooted in the marketing Sharia, traditionally involved ethical investing and green business. This takes into consideration the building blocks of the modern social investing, such as ethics, environmental stewardship, consumer protection, shareholder activism, community development, and global development. Even though the Islamic finance industry is not averse to profit-making, its value proposition is more of bringing benefits to the doorsteps of their customers in a mutually beneficial manner through partnership modes of financing. The value proposition of the conventional finance is geared toward consumer-friendly customer services that are meant to attract more customers with the ingenious objective of profit maximization. Next, we go to the structure. Islamic bank is set up based on the theory of sources and application of funds. There is a single flow between the deposit and the financing or investment use of funds, which means there is no distinct function. A single function is when customers' deposit or investment pools are used to fund financing portfolio or deploy into investment instruments from which returns are developed and recognized. These returns are shared between the bank and the customers. This profit-loss sharing structure demands a different way of managing the bank, although not all Islamic banks are able to successfully pull this off 100%. For all conventional banking, the purpose of setup is to collect deposit and to provide loans. The shareholder seems to acknowledge what it should be, two very distinct functions such as collect deposits and give loans, and the arrangement is supervised by a treasury function which strives to balance the returns to shareholders' funds. The modus operandi of conventional banking is shareholders will give capital, then bank receive customer deposit and invest. Interest received are distributed, customer request for loans, bank borrows interbank funds, bank lend the funds at an interest rate, and lastly, customer will pay the interest plus principal. We go to the operational mechanism. Operational mechanism is means of control over the pace and direction of an initiative. There are a few parameters measured under the operational mechanism. We have the basic, act, advisor, investment, and also contractual terms. For conventional banking, it is based on interest pursuant to the Banking and Financial Institution Act 1989, and banking specialist is its advisor. Investment is made in all sectors freely, and partners are the contractual term for conventional banking. As for Islamic banking, it is based on Sharia principles pursuant to the Banking Act 1983, and its advisor is banking specialists and ulama. The investment is free from any dubious element, and the contractual term is between borrower and lender. Next, we go to the instruments offered. Instruments also mean the product or contract offered. We have a few here: current account, saving account, leasing or ijarah, and lending and financing. For current account under conventional banking, there is no specific underlying mode is used in current account. The bank can use this fund for investment and other purpose regardless of Sharia prohibition. Different with Islamic banking, current account is based on court contract where the bank is liable to pay depositors money back on demand. The bank can use these funds for investment and other purposes as long as it is not contravening the Sharia principle. Next, we go to the saving accounts. Saving accounts under conventional banking, there is no specific underlying mode is used under saving account. The bank can use these funds for investment and other purposes regardless of Sharia prohibition. And there will be a debtor and creditor relationship. For Islamic banking, Islamic saving account is an investment for profit account governed under the rules of mudarabah with an objective to provide return on the investment. The fund deposited will be invested in an investment pool, and there will be mudarib, rabul mal, and partners too. Under leasing or ijarah, for conventional banking, lease commences the very day on which the price is paid by the bank, whether the customer has taken the delivery or not. Lease does not differentiate between the wear and tear or losses caused by the negligence of customers, and customer is reliable for costs incurred due to the natural disasters. In a lease agreement, has been noticed that unrestricted power has been given to bank to terminate the lease unilaterally. Different with Islamic banking, rentals start after the delivery of asset, not from the day the price has been paid by bank. The customer is responsible only for misuse or negligence, not for the events that beyond their control. In auto ijarah, each situation is treated separately. If the customer breaks any term of the agreement, bank has a right to terminate auto ijarah unilaterally. However, if there is no contravention at customer's end, auto ijarah cannot be terminated without mutual consent. Lastly, we go to lending and financing. Conventional banks are in the business of lending and borrowing money based on interest. Conventional banks treat money as a commodity and lend it against interest as its compensation, and there is no such framework is present in conventional bank. For Islamic banking, Islamic banks are not money lending institutes, but they work as a trading or investment house. Islamic banking products are usually asset-backed and involve trading of assets, renting of assets, and participation on profit and loss basis. Islamic banks have strong Sharia governing framework in terms of Sharia board who approve the transaction and products in the light of the Sharia rulings. So, I hope from this presentation video, you and me will have a better understanding regard the Islamic, the term of Islamic and banking, and also conventional bank. And with that, I also believe, with that kind of understanding, I believe that Malaysian people, especially Muslim, will be a great support in enhancing the Islamic financial system in our country in the future if we practice if we continue to use Islamic banking financing instruments. With that, thank you.